poor. That is what was the case before. But this strange behavior that we have now seen, which is not only happening in Bukwere, this strange behavior happens even within the trade union movement. I was laughing at the time when the bishop was explaining what has brought this kind of behavior amongst our people. What is it? One of the things I came to appreciate is that this behavior is brought by the leaders. The leaders have brought this behavior. So when they start suffering the negative effects, they are suffering the negative effects arising from what they themselves started. The leaders at different levels, leaders in government, leaders in members of parliament, leaders at different levels have created this problem. And the bishop did very well. And please talk to the people. He was challenging the members of parliament and the leaders who were around at the barrier. Please talk to your people. Encourage them to work. He gave his own example of what he was doing to be able to generate resources for educating his own children. Because he also said, time comes when he is not able to have money enough to pay school fees for his own children. And he said, you the leaders, as you continue talking to the people, please encourage them to work. And that is why I am talking about this particular aspect, the angle of work. He also talked about, of course it was not so much in details, but he also talked about Christians who tell their followers to go and possess what they have not worked for, by saying simply believe and wait for God to be able to give you what you want. He gave an example when he pointed out that now many of our people to go ahead and tell the people, take a photograph of the car that you want, bring it here, I'm going to pray for you, and you will get it by faith. The bishop spoke about these issues because there were many things he spoke about, but this particular one, which was related to work, and because I'm mainly so much an advocate of labor rights, I'm so much interested in the aspects of work, I picked it. And I thought I should be able to speak about it. And the bishop was challenging the leaders, please encourage the masses to work. Stop reducing the people to come to you asking for handout. The aspect of the people asking for handout is not their own making. It is the making of their leaders. And the bishop did it very well by telling the leaders, you who are giving out to these people, why don't you tell them to work? Why don't you support them to work? This is a matter I have been talking about, and I really want to rotate around this aspect. Because how else do we expect people to live better lives if they are not working? How else do we expect people to live better lives if they are not engaged into productive activities? If they are not able to produce to sell, or if they are not in the workplaces where they are able to earn money and then they are able to solve the problems they have. It is very wrong for the leaders, wherever you work, leaders, right from government officers up to the lowest. I do not want to start mentioning names because I don't want to open you with people who have lived their culture for now a very long time. They think that's the best way to do things. Please, let the leaders always encourage people to work. And this encouragement can come by way of advice, can come by way of demonstration. You start something and work along with the people and support them towards helping them to stand on their feet, to continue working. Not just talking, don't just come and talk. There are leaders who don't believe that their people must work and be independent, because they always want the people to be dependent on them so that they can control them, so that they can use them for political gains. Those leaders are also there. They don't believe that when people are empowered, then it is good for them. And when the bishop was speaking, he said many of the leaders, including members the demands are too heavy. Oh, I'm sorry for you, the leaders. Unfortunately, you have got to sleep in the bed that you made yourselves. You have made this bed and you sleep in it. And the people should continue giving you as much headache as possible. Of course, I know what they are doing is not right. But because you started it yourself, let the people give you as much headache as possible. In fact, at some stage, I will mobilize the people to give you a lot of headache so that you will realize that you must do things the right way. You cannot allow people to always live the kind of life they are living. And you who is thinking, who is supposed to think and plan for them, you also live them like that. You want them to continue relying on handouts, which are very useless, by the way. They will never solve anyone's problem. Now, if you go to the village and give someone 1,000 shillings, what kind of support is that? Psychologically, you make the person think like, yes, you have helped because you went and found when that person doesn't have paraffin, and you have now given paraffin of 1,000, and you think you have helped the person. Move around, when they go to the villages, they go with changing money. Rukumi. You move to places and start giving people 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And then you come back. You leave them with no economic activity that they are engaged in. This kind of leadership is really a leadership that is difficult for anyone to comprehend. Is it a leadership designed to bring about development? What kind of leadership is this? You, the people who are in leadership, why are you so ruthless? Why do you hate your people so much? Why do you hate your people so much that you cannot encourage and guide them towards going into economic activities that are going to assist them? The bishop delivered a very good message. He delivered a very classic message. A message that, unfortunately, because sometimes we take all these things for granted, I'm very sure not many people took it serious. But the man of God delivered the message at the right time. Of course, rebuking the people, not to disturb members of parliament, but also challenging the members of parliament and all other leaders in the district and other parties, those who came from different places, to always make sure they encourage their people to work. Guide and encourage your people to work. If you see that the words you have spoken, there is nothing people have taken so serious, you yourself go forward and move along with the people. Demonstrate, put in place something and move along with the people. Show them by way of example. Not just to speak, because everybody can speak these things. Even when you go to the village, people who have no leadership, they have great ideas. They have great ideas of what they can be able to do to get out of poverty. Their only challenge is how to transforming the ideas they have into reality is their greatest challenge. I therefore want to think, even as we speak about these issues, the barrier of Ezekiel gave me an opportunity at least to hear a voice from a Christian leader towards the leadership in not only in Bwere, leadership in the whole country. This is the problem we have with the leadership in the whole country. I'm just taking an example of Bwere, but I can assure you this is a problem of leaders. Many times when leaders, people come into office, they acquire some small cars where they move around with government vehicles, when they walk around, they are tinted glasses. They really forget. I have seen many leaders really who forget so fast. They do not know where they came from. They think they are in those positions because they are the most intelligent. They think they are in those positions because they are the most hardworking. And sometimes when they are coming to us, they speak like as if the people do not know what to do. And they blame them for their own failures.